All right, let's take one over here from user who doesn't matter brackets Chemo Force says, "Dear Dad R5 RAM cards, dads.
Yeah.
Which curse with USB ports are you afflicted with most aggressively? Only goes in on the second attempt, fourth, sixth. Only when you can see the port visibly. Only when you get on your back or using a specific hand. By the way, congrats for fulfilling Punch Dad status, and Pat for secondary anniversary of Dad Stares At status. Much love. Thank you very much.
I can't get a USB A type port in unless I'm looking at it.
So the classic, like, you have to the 3 rotations on a type a USB A until it works. I have finally defeated that by putting, when you're not looking, putting my finger on the top and feeling where the solid part is.
Yeah, you would think that would work. No.
Yeah.
Gotta look at it.
That's one bit. My absolute grievance forever, like them to the end of the earth, is USB type Bs with the little extra nubs that are meant to break after like 2 uses. The tiny micros that have the minis rather. Yeah, mini type B.
Fuck that piece of shit.
That garbage era needs to fucking die forever. Thank God it's finally behind us. Those are the worst.
I have one piece of equipment in my house that still uses it. No, I have 2. One's my salt shaker.
Wow. Okay.
And one is the Yeti microphone.
My mouse, my computer mice all use it. It sucks. And it's ridiculous that we're finally, like, the USB-C existing and being like, it doesn't matter which way you plug it in, it works, it's fine. It's like a breath of fresh air, thank you, but also, fuck you, why did we have this from the jump? That's crazy. It is wild how many bad forms of USB existed.
Paige has an old iPhone, and so she's currently fighting the nightmare that is every single plug in the house charges with USB-C except for her phone.
Lightning for one. Yeah, yeah. It's like, I think it was the Australian or British governments that basically forced them to be like, stop fucking proprietary ports on your phones now, make it USB or you can't release it here. And they went, fine. And now it's universal. But the proprietary port bullshit was their bread and butter for decades, you know. EU in general, yeah, EU. I'm happy with that. I mean, that's a gambit that works, man. When Sony was like, we're gonna have our Blu-ray, and there's gonna be HD DVD, and we're gonna have a format war. The winner of the format war just makes bank from 8-track, you know, DVD, CDs, HD DVDs, laser discs, all that stuff, all those format wars, you know, to the point where I just going back to QA and compliance and stuff, it'd be like, did you insert your memory card? Fuck you, this is not a memory card, it's a memory stick duo registered trademark copyright. And if you say anything but that, get your game the fuck off of my platform, you know, says Sony PSP. Okay. Yeah, that would be the one. I don't know. Do you have port problems, Ed?
Just the Yeti microphone one that you mentioned that I
I saw you smile.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that one.
Also, the I still have a gripe over the Wiimote, the original Wiimote nunchuck plug. You're looking at it like, this is a USB plug, and they just added some extra bumps to the top of it, and they don't want people sticking or side loading things in, so I understand it. But you're like, I know exactly what this is. You just added a little thing, you know, which is not the first time, because obviously you take a Famicom cartridge and then you shave off the sides of the plastic on your Nintendo, and it works fine. It's just they made the actual cartridge loader physically not fit, you know? Anyway. All right. We got one from Tito. Hey, gang. Just listened to a random old episode where Pat was describing The Outer Worlds as the game that would be talked about for decades and would replace New Vegas as top of the genre. What other examples?
That seems hyperbolic even for me.
What other games post-Nut Clarity have you experienced? Mine would be the entirety of the Fable series. I think the easy one on this for me is, for us, is Mighty Number 9. You know,
Yeah.
the Mega Man replacement that will surely live on and be the inheritor of the torch.
Did that not? That didn't. I
That
guess I never heard anybody talk about
It's
it.
not. No, it's not good.
Yeah. But Red Ash though, Redash, that's gonna be. Look forward to that one. I don't know if any comes straight to mind.
I can think of a game that I was like super excited for / I knew it was going to be the hotness, and then like footage started to come out of its release, and I was like, oh, I'm going to call Amazon and have them not even bring the copy to my fucking house. And a lot of people had the same reaction. It was a shooter from Bethesda called Brink,
the blue one,
where it was also red. It was also red.
Okay.
And just like, oh my god, the marketing guys on that did such a good job. They did such a good job. I was so excited for it. And then they finally, like, reviewers were putting out like unedited footage, and it was like, oh, this looks like shit, dude. Oh my god, how did they gussy this up for the previews so good? I'll also say another one that affected you, and it's something to be very wary of during any preview, anything, which is like, hey man, if you go somewhere and the guys running the event are really nice to you and build you up and sit you down in front of primo ass computers in nice chairs and kind of kiss your ass a little bit and then make you play 2 rounds of their new multiplayer game, Evolve, boy, that game seems like it kicks ass. And as long as they don't let you play a 3rd or 4th or 5th round and they send you off and they go, thanks guys, you're great.
You know, the doctors that get invited to the conferences for OxyContin have really nice steak dinners. Those steaks are incredible. The cut is so juicy. It's wild.
So good. And Capcom's like, hey, you know what you guys need to do? You need to come hang out and learn about the new Capcom games in motherfucking Hawaii. Who wants to hang out in Hawaii? I think my favorite one ever was when Brian Epberg at GameSpot back in like 2007 was like, for the Forza review period, they flew everybody out to Germany. And then they were like, play Forza.
Let's drive real cars.
Then drive cars around on the Nürburgring, and then play Forza again and see how awesome it is. And I remember reading this like, this is the most fucking corrupt ass shit I have ever fucking read. Why not just suck the food critic's dick under the table?
You know, it's the same thing to be considered for an Oscar as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know until, and neither did the Indie Game and Movie people. So they got nominated for a bunch of awards and won some awards and whatever else. And they're like, we're going to try to be considered. We're try to be considered for an Oscar. And they were like, what the first requirement they heard is it has to release in theaters, a certain number of theaters, and they were able to achieve that. And then it got down to it like, okay, well, where's your dinner? Where's the dinner that you're hosting for 100 people?
For your consideration, right?
Yeah. And it's just like,
these palms, my palm is so dry right now.
They're very dry palms.
It's crazy how dry these palms are. Can you? It's like,
you know? Do you have any lard?
Oh man,
I did. I had one experience when I was young that humbled me, and I was a rabid supporter of Super Nintendo. I still am. Obviously, it's the better console of those two back then.
Let's go.
When Mortal Kombat came out on Nintendo, I was so into, like, I remember counting down the days. And this was before the internet, right?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a bunch of information about what was going on there. And I remember I went to the one place that you could pre-order it. And I remember the day I got it, brought it home. And then I'm like, where's the blood?
Yeah.
Where are the fatalities?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? And I'm trying to convince myself that this is somehow better. I'm trying to do
the Copium.
Now I can focus on the fighting without all that fluff.
Yeah, I still had my one argument was like, Raiden's fatality he like fries you and you become like a skull that spins around and falls. And I'm like, This is what makes it okay. And then I remember visiting my cousins who had it on Sega, which had all of the blood.
Yeah.
And it was like thick, drippy blood. And I'm just like, God damn it. Why did this have to happen to me?
Okay, so you had to have advanced copium tactics, right? So for me, that was a like, okay, but Street Fighter, you have to press select to get your kick buttons on Genesis because the controller doesn't have enough buttons. So fuck you. And that was my grade 6, like, we're not gonna have this argument thing. But yeah, there's so much of like being a Nintendo kid that was ridiculous copium. I followed that through to like N64 when I'm like waiting for, I'm like, these fighting games are going to be incredible. And by that point, all of the like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and every other franchise was just properly on PlayStation and just moved on. And I'm like, no, but it's always been Nintendo. It's going to be the thing though. And then it's like, nah, you get Mace the Dark Age. How about that? You get Dual Heroes and these, and like the cope was wild. But I'm like, but we got GoldenEye though,
You do got GoldenEye.
Oh man,
GoldenEye was really good.
I think after the fact, you could game Genie and color the sweat red.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
And going, wow, this is not. Not
that's sad. The state of putting in the right code to get a little bit of
I wanted it so bad. Like I wanted it. Like
ugh.
Mortal Kombat in the arcade at that age when I was little was like a surreal experience. Seeing Goro, like just the model of Goro, and like not ever seeing him people even get to him, but just seeing and all in Mortal Kombat 2, all the rumors in the arcade before the internet, where it was like all this unconfirmed shit that people made up, and some of it was true.
Yeah.
And we're like, you could turn him into a baby and then kill the baby. And I'm like, that's stupid. There's no way that could happen. And then there was a way to do it. And it was just like seeing somebody do it in real life. I'm like, what is going on? And then of course that confirmed everything.
The infinite potential of video games.
So
here.
They would take rumors people had and make the rumors real the next time around. That was their development cycle, Also, that arcade machine, by the way, they cranked the volume up way above every other machine standard volume.
Makes sense.
And like that was a way of winning your attention. So when you heard like the
loudest
Shao
thing
Kahn,
you've ever heard in your life,
it's shaking your chest as a child, And all I did was enter my name, Thrill House, No, that shit was ridiculous. I feel like the censorship on Nintendo and other consoles like shaped so much of the console war generation after, because like that's why Conker's Bad Fur Day came into existence, was because everyone was like, no, there's too many kiddie games on Nintendo, they're not serious. And then all from that to seeing like the GameFAQs top 10 lists of most serious games. Final Fantasy had to switch off of Nintendo to PlayStation because it's a more serious console.
They released that Conker game for the GBA and it was cutesy and normal.
Yeah.
And so people bought Conker's Bad Fur Day expecting that because that game already existed.
So weird.
Fucking weird.
It took a really long time to get Isaac on a Nintendo console.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of rejection, and then it just took kind of people being phased out, like in the upper areas, to like finally get somebody to say okay. It was just it took years. It took years and years of constantly repitching, and then them coming to me and being like, "Well, you change anything?" And I'm like, "No." Like the things that you're having an issue with are the core of the game. So
poop and dead babies are going to be an issue on a Nintendo console, are they?
The issues were religious stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
And we come all the way back to the beginning of the show.
There we go.
There was controversy. Like The Binding of Isaac, when it released in Germany, was one of the first game that got an M rating or an adult rating, whatever it is over there, because of blasphemy. And it was such a thing that people talked about that they changed the rating board over there because of this argument of like, well, what's blasphemous for you is not blasphemous, it's for somebody else.
Right.
So you can't have this as part of this. Like, and it bled into, Nintendo. Like Nintendo had a lot of issues with the religious themes in the game. Even Magic the Gathering has issues with religious themes in it. Like they removed all of the classic Fire and Brimstone type D&D darkness that was in there originally. They totally whitewashed it all out, got rid of it completely, and they never touch on it again. They don't go there at all. Like they had a whole expansion called The Dark, which was all about like Christian what's the word? Not revolution. The Crusades.
Crusades.
Like,
okay.
It was like it painted this picture of these religious. There was literally zealots and stuff like this that you would be playing as, and that was way too spicy, and they pulled back on that.
So I have a theory, and I've brought this up before on the show, but I have a theory that the reason why there's so much Sonic the Hedgehog and Christian fan art
here we go
linked together, and when you go on DeviantArt, and over the years, the link between Sonic fan art and Christianity is humongous, is because I think when you have a restricted household that's not going to allow you to play Magic or Diablo, Sonic is the coolest thing that you're safely allowed to experience. Because he's not...
He's like Bart, but safer than Bart.
Yeah, he's not too rude. Yeah, he's not too rude, but he's still cool, and he goes really fast. And that's good enough.
No. That makes perfect
and he's hot.
I can never see like a parent being like, ooh, I didn't like what Sonic the Hedgehog said.
That's it. You know? And I think that, and then like, oh, he's got a Shadow, a darker version of him, and then Knuckles is and it's like, I think it's the edgiest you're allowed to get in a Christian household without breaking the rules. That's it. Anyway, all right. Last
veggie.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Last one. From title ungiven. Dear Patpaw and Dreadfather, during your last stream, you mentioned, yes, in Ghost of Yote, using the blood from the sword to cross your names off the enemies that wronged you on a list is really sick. What are some other instances of revenge in fictions or games that got you? I love in the Book of Grudges in Warhammer, dwarves would write the names of those that have wronged them in sacred books inked in their own blood. That's cool.
Dwarves carrying around just the big old book of grudges.
Names,
super fucking huge.
That's sick. The first thing that honestly comes to mind for me is the complete opposite, is the lack of significance. I'm thinking of John Wick 1. John Wick 1. Yeah, right? Where it's like, you don't get anything special. Bang. It's done. Like, sometimes...
he spends 70 minutes of a 90-minute runtime chasing to kill one guy, and when he catches up to him, he just shoots him once, turns around, and leaves.
And that's it. You're not special, you know? I kind of love that. You don't deserve anything higher than that. Is a great way to wrap it. I don't know. Any cool revenge lore, Ed?
In real life?
No.
I can't talk about those things.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite revenge story is probably Carrie, the movie Carrie.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You watched that? Yeah.
I haven't.
If not, you should watch it.
I haven't, but I know
it's about religious trauma.
Yeah. It's through osmosis culturally. I know the events that occur, and it's a formative experience for cinema.
A very good movie, a very good horror film, and one of the best revenge stories.
I heard there's a remake too that just didn't quite land.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Let's go with the 70s.
All right. Well, that solves that.
Guess what? The remake wasn't good. How about that? Wow. Yeah. Shocker. Old boy. Fuck. Anyways.
Purge it from your mind.
I can't. It's a Spike Lee joint. Old boy is a Spike Lee joint now. I can't purge it. You know. All right. That'll do. Thank you so much, Ed. Appreciate you jumping on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and again, let's plug Mugenics coming out next year in February on the 10th. If you have any affection in your heart for deformed little busted cats, and
I do, I very much actually do,
and sending them out on adventures and all their little wild isms, check it out. Shit looks dope. And also, I imagine, I don't know if this is like intended or not, but the games you make are very like Twitch stream friendly because of the randomized, insane combinations and nature of it. So
I think it just happened. Because those are the kind of games I like. Yeah, I highly recommend it for people with ADHD and autism. I make games for those people. So if you're one of those people or somewhere in between, this will scratch all of those itches of collecting and obsessively getting information. And
man, you really loved Bumbo a lot, huh, Woolie?
Bumbo was really cool. I loved Bumbo. Bumbo get cool.
I have a feeling you'll like me, Genix. I'll get you guys codes, and I'll get you codes to give away or whatever too.
Woo.
Oh, thank you. Oh, if send them out on this. If people do have ADHD, what's the buff on that? What's the ability in game?
Oh yeah, it gives you an intelligence buff and a speed buff. But you have 5 seconds to take an action. If you don't, you just get distracted and do something else.
Oh my God, that's my wife. That's my wife 100%. Oh, that's so perfect.
Stressful.
That's so perfect.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Strong build. Strong build.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Bye, everybody.